halfway done for Dice. So look for Mutalisk play. And Mutalisk are so tricky to actually play in ZVZ because they are very, very weak against Hydras. You cannot let them get caught by a fungal growth or some Hydras because they will just evaporate. So you need to keep the spread on the Mutas. But they can be very good for map control, for harassing the mineral lines, for picking off all these stray overlords. We have actually seen an SD in the finals of the GSL use Mutas very effectively in ZVZ. They are going to come back soon. But again, it is very tricky to actually play Mutas in ZVZ. These roaches might be able to force a cancel on the expansion. I think they will. But he might actually suffer a few losses here while he target fires this expansion. It does cancel. You can see the drone just chilling here. And gonna walk back home. These roaches do have speed though. They will be able to actually chase these down. So Dice, if he doesn't turn around and fight, he might lose all these roaches before they get home, because that is such a long walk home. And really, he should just pull 3 back and let them die while the rest just head back home, because he's losing so many roaches at this point just trying to run back home. Now, a lot of Mutas are in production. You can see 5 just finished, 6 just finished, and there are 34 Lings in production for Dice. So that's how he wants to deal with this. Might engage here with the spine crawlers. This isn't a good idea from zDooMxRShift. These spine crawlers do so much damage. The 38 Lings are now out, and these Mutas will be able to chase these Lings back. And not the best engagement now. zDooMxRShift is going to lose a few roaches before he actually heads back home. These Mutas deciding that roaches are actually not worth their time. They will head towards Shift's main base. A few infestors here, though, are ready to actually deal with this. And what kind of damage Dice will be able to do with these Mutas? He is picking off an Overlord at the front of his base, of Shift's base, sorry. And not even finishing it off. He is turning around a bit indecisive here, and these infestors are going to do huge damage. Dice actually taking a fungal here. These Mutas will all die. One of them manages to get out of the fungal. There is another one in the main base trying to kill the queen, but really these are some huge fungal growths. 2 health left on all of these Mutas. And no fungals on these infestors. Only a single infestor close to having a fungal. This expansion is going to be forced to cancel once again. So great play by Dice, forcing all these fungals on the infestors. These are actually going to be useless now in the following engagements because they used up all those fungals. So that is at least one way of forcing all these fungals out of the infestors. These are not going to do much in the following engagement. They can still spawn a few infested Terrans, but at least they cannot one-shot these Lings with some fungal growths. This 4th base is up, and I don't think that Doom actually knows about it. Meanwhile, Dice's 3rd base is up and running. He is oversaturated at his main base. He should transfer a few of his drones there, but he is producing quite a few drones to actually saturate this base. A lot more spine crawlers going up for Dice because he knows an attack is imminent. These Mutas still alive. I'm surprised that Shift didn't actually kill these. And few infestors joining this. Only one of them has enough for fungal growth at this point. Big engagement here. These spine crawlers doing huge damage to the Lings and roaches. And really, if these spine crawlers finish, I don't think that Shift will be able to actually push through this. A couple Banelings could actually kill all these Lings. And I think that zDooMxRShift is going to try and push forward. These infestors don't have enough energy for fungal growth, though, so all these Lings will do huge damage. And very patient attack by defense by Dice. 1 fungal growth does go down on a couple of roaches, but these spine crawlers just doing so much damage at this point. 3 more are just now finishing, and I think that Dice will actually be able to hold this. These upgrades are very similar for the 2 players. zDooMxRShift does have a +1 carapace advantage, but really these infestors not doing the damage that they should. These spine crawlers doing so much damage at this point. 7 kills on a single spine crawler. That is a lot of kills for a spine crawler. More roaches popping up, gonna be able to clean this up. And now actually Dice will be looking in a commanding lead because he has been on 3 bases for so long. He has managed to actually deny this 3rd base from Dune for quite some time. And at this point, he could just stream roaches inside the main base of zDooMxRShift because there is nothing he will be able to do. These mutas still alive on the field and have regen quite a bit of health. Remember, these mutas were at 2 health apiece. Now they are at 39, 40 health, and they're still alive and being a pest. At this point, they could just clear out all the overlords, force zDooMxRShift to actually reproduce overlords and not be able to produce any kind of roaches. And really +2/+2 going up for zDooMxRShift, but too little too late. I don't think he'll manage to actually... this wasn't even a cancel. Losing his hatchery. Sure, he will be able to pick off this 4th base by Dice, but I mean, he is going to starve on 2 bases at this point. There is no way he'll be able to actually bust through this huge swell of roaches that's going to go up at the front of his base. And Dice actually walking up here. I think that zDooMxRShift will be able to clean this up since he does have the upgrade advantage. Nice target fire by Dice though. But really, Dice should be able to just stream up roaches at this point. 7 infestors and 6 roaches. The infestors are not even necessary here. He will walk up and try to get the queen or some drones. The queen is a good target because that will prevent zDooMxRShift from actually producing any units. And again, just a huge swell of roaches at the front of zDooMxRShift's base could just end this game. So we will wait for that swell to just manifest itself. Meanwhile, these 7 infestors are just chilling in the main base, and Pathogen Clans is almost done. Unfortunately, these infestors were popped up before they had the infestor energy upgrade, so not the best timing by Dice. But with all these roaches pumping out, he will be able to clean this up quite easily. These infestors now have enough for fungal growth. And a 4th base going up for Dice once again. zDooMxRShift might try and engage here, but that is not a good idea. Look for these fungals to do so much damage. Why isn't Dice fungling this? He could just kill all of these. He does decide to retreat to his roaches. This hatchery will be forced to cancel, but that won't even do anything because that is so many roaches. They will be able to clean this up quite easily. A nice fungal on the roaches. Look for these infestors to actually fungal the rest of this army. And that will be it. GG coming from zDooMxRShift. So we are going into game 2 of this best of 5 series. So tune in for that.